Coppleston. Coming in at number 4, Mia May Buckaback. Coming in at number 5, Mia Bateman. Number 6, Angel White. Number 7, Tia Robertson. Number 8, Anna Johnny Lavelle. Number 9, Mason Hughes. Coming in at number 10, Sarah Wilson. Number 12, Willie Walker. Number 14, Ron Newton. Number 15, Phyllis Scrappy. Coming in at number 21, Holly Ensor. Head coach Nick Train from Southwark, Copleston High School. Please welcome up next the scheduled home team, City of London Academy. Playing at number 4, Rosa. And at number 5, Adora Villarreal. Number 6, Talia Harris. Number 7, Rihanna Edison. Number 8, Ida Adao. Number 9, Chloe Taylor. Number 10, Phoebe Carey. Number 11, Cecil Ide. Number 12, Wednesday, Eddie Weatherby. Number 13, Deborah Wilson, Asadu. Number 14, Eva Grace Savella. And number 15, Annie Burton. Head coach Jackson Thomas for the City of London Academy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena here on the University of Essex campus. And it is Academy Finals Day here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. This is game number 2, pitting COLA, the City of London Academy, and Copleston High School together in yet another final between these two well-established women's programs. And the latest chapter will emerge here today in Colchester. Good afternoon, everybody watching on the Basketball England YouTube channel. John Hobbs and Isha Nair bringing you the action here today. And Isha, these two teams really don't need any introduction if you follow women's basketball here in this country. These are two programs littered with talent, competitive fibre entrenched in their DNA, and championships galore. And this is just the latest chapter, isn't it, in a storied rivalry?
Came in the right time there. Yeah, I mean, these guys, they are regulars, really. I mean, whether that be under 18s, whether that be WABL, whether that be D1, they are the two teams that just regularly pop up. And I mean, a lot of people kind of brand it as kind of the El Clasico of the women's basketball world in the UK, you know. But yeah, it's classic. We've seen these teams match up plenty of times. They are familiar with each other. We're familiar with the coaches, you know, regular faces. For some of these players, it's going to be our last time playing, though, in this sort of classic sort of matchup. So we're in for a really exciting game, as it always is with these two.
So we'll have a look at the lineups for today's game, starting with Coppleston in red, of course, out of Ipswich. And you see there, Isha, a lot of star names there. Holly Ensol obviously stands out. Maisie Keys, the captain, comes up clutch, especially in the big game moments. And they have been absolutely fantastic, haven't they, in this playoff series? They beat the Nottingham Academy Wildcats 61-59, and it was Maisie Keys who scored the winner under 10 seconds left to get Coppleston to this dance. Yeah,
I mean, there's some really experienced players out on the court today. I mean, on both sides, really. But, yeah, especially looking at Ipswich. I mean, as I said, Holly Ensol standing at 6'6", really, really big presence inside. I mean, defensive player of the year. She averages 4.3 blocks, which is an insane stat line. She's also been averaging 15 points along with 16 rebounds. Been averaging a double-double. I mean, the stats speak for themselves there. As you said, Maisie Keys, really exciting talent. No stranger to finals events, you know, making her way through the Mystics at 14s and 16s level. Just experienced finals throughout her whole career, really, whether that's 14, 16s or 18s.
And for Cola as well, we'll go to the Cola team. And, of course, Jackson Gibbons, Brian the Guru, year on year do an incredible job with the talent that they have and the talent they do have. Of course, Adora Diorama certainly amongst them, and Isla Habal as well, player of the year. Another incredible talent.
Yeah, some really, as I said, even more experienced sides. I mean, Isla Habal, she's been on this stage plenty of times before, and she got the MVP in the she got the finals MVP in the 24 season for Cola. She's here yet again. I mean, obviously Cola couldn't make their way here last year, being knocked out to the Mystics, but they're here again to reclaim that trophy, because they won it plenty of times before. And they've only, but to be fair, I mean, Cola and Ipswich have actually only faced each other once this season in the WABL. Cola coming out on top 47-26, but they have had their struggles with injuries throughout the season, as have Ipswich, but both sides with full squads here. Be really interesting matchup, really exciting.
Certainly will be exciting indeed. A repeat of the 2023-24 final. Cola won it that day 89-84. Starting fives for the two teams as Cola come out onto the floor. Adora Diorama, Isla Habal, Chloe Vella, Cici Ide and Deborah Wilson-Ozwide. The starting five for Cola. For Coppleston, Kaya Bateman, Angel White, Anna Koscielny-Lemaire, Maisie Keys and Holly Ensol. And a battle of coaches as well. Nick Drain and Jackson Gibbons, they've been here plenty of times before. They know each other very well, and Nick says it year on year to be the best. And Coppleston and Ipswich have had to rebuild a couple of years since COVID in 2020, so they've had to rebuild a lot, but he's always said to beat the best, you've got to be the best, you've got to beat the best, and that gold standard is Cola.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, as I said, this matchup, we just see it so frequently, and it's just great to see two teams of such great caliber, you know, able to produce such great talent year in, year out.
And the ball is up, and the ball is loose, and Cola come up with the first possession of the contest, and here is Isla Habal. Diorama. Habal gets it back. Here is Cici Ide, and that ball goes out of bounds, and a turnover on the first possession for Kola.
Yeah, maybe a bit of miscommunication, but I'm sure they won't be too worried. Just one possession into this ball game.
Here is Bateman to Keys. Or excuse me, Koscielny Lemaire with the first possession there for Coppleston. As Wilson Oswide. And the ball is loose, and it will go out of bounds, and Kola will collect it. There's also a bit of confusion pre-game as well, as both clubs rapidly changing a lot of their squad numbers as well for this final as compared to the semi-final.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a final without teams changing numbers, would it, John?
Oh, goodness me. As ball is loose again, and Wilson Oswide collects. Here is Diorama in a favourite spot at the top, attacking the basket. And then the ball comes away with Maisie Keys. Maisie Keys pulls up, doesn't get that friendly drop. Again, the scrap under the basket, and Isla Habal comes up with the ball. Should be a fascinating battle today between White and Habal. Habal pulls up and puts it in.
Yeah, Isla Habal, amazing player. I mean, we've seen her plenty of times in stage 4, but she did pick up MVP for the South in the WEABL season this year.
And we have our first wedgie of Academy Finals Day, as Angel White was going for the layup. Isla Habal actually struggled from the field in the semi-final win over Barking Abbey. He was just 2 of 9 from the field, but did contribute in other aspects of the contest. No doubt she'll be looking to get off to a good start.
Yeah, she's one of those players where really it doesn't matter if she's scoring. She can have an impact either way. I mean, defensively, especially offensively as well. She's a really good playmaker and a great passer.
Averages 11 points, 5 assists in the WEABL this season, and 17 points, 5 assists in the WNBL. As Coppleston keep it. And for Coppleston, interesting, they go to Holly Ensol in quite a few of the first possessions, but they haven't done so thus far. That 3-pointer from Keys was deflected. Here is Habal. Habal looking for Cici Ide. Could have gone for the shot there, but decided against it. Again, the ball is tied up, and that'll be a possession error. Cici Ide, though, not going for the shot. She was right under the basket. Yeah,
perhaps a little bit too unselfish there, and you get that sometimes. But good that she's looking for the pass, but maybe sometimes just need to see whether or not the shot is on, have that confidence in herself.
Wilson Oswide missed the handle. And Maisie Keys will slow it down. 2-0 in favour of Kola. White. Ensol. Ensol gets it to go from the elbow.
Yeah, Holly Ensol, I mean, great play. We already said at the start of the game, really has an impact on this team, averaging 15 points, 6 points this season. Well, it could be Battle of Bigs today, John.
Diorama on the spin, and she's tied up but is fouled. And that'll be called on the floor. Foul called on Kaya Bateman. That'll be her first foul.
Yeah, Dora Diorama also averaging a double-double, 13.3 points, 10.2 rebounds this WEABL season.
Cici Ide misses a 3, and on the follow there was Wilson Oswide. Deborah Wilson Oswide with her first field goal. Key is attacking Main Street, and she'll go to the foul line. And you can see the frustration on Coach Jackson Gibbons' face as Keys almost had a free lane right down the middle, and we spoke about it in the CBL final as well, with MK going down the middle, and again Maisie Keys taking advantage of that lane.
Yeah, 100%, and then especially with Ipswich, we know that they like to shoot the ball, so even if Maisie Keys doesn't choose to take up that shot every time, there probably will be someone wide open. outside that arc.
Coppleston 12 of 16 from the stripe in their semi-final win over Nottingham. They gave up 29 offensive rebounds in that contest. So for Kohler, it's going to be imperative that they attack the glass on every shot and try and get second chance opportunities, especially maybe with Holly Ensol that might be off the floor, but she'll be seeing a lot of time today as Habal in and out with the mid-range. Ball is out of bounds. It will stay with Kohler.
Yeah, especially if we look at Kohler's side, they do really have a trio of bigs. I mean, they've got Chloe Vela back out on the floor, who came back from injury. Obviously, Adora Diorama, and then coming off the bench as well, you've got Eva Yabella. She's had a really big impact this season, picking up most improved player. So Ipswich really going to have to look at crashing the boards and boxing out defensively.
There's Keys out of control, misses the shot. Here is Habal. Habal looking for Vela, and that pass goes right out of bounds. You mentioned Chloe Vela returning from a long-term injury. She returned only last month, still kind of adjusting, but still putting up good numbers. And speaking of Chloe Vela, she comes out of the game.
Yeah, it's like there's one impactful taller player subs out, another one comes in. It's constant. Which is why Kohler is such a hard team to match up against.
And we had a turnover there as Habal now orchestrating the offense. Eva Grace Yabella coming in for Kohler, and an offensive foul away from the ball. And the foul has been called, believe that was on Adora Diorama. It was. That will be her first foul. Here is White. White sees a gap, but can't exploit it. Bateman. White, a three at the wing, puts it in. Angel White with her first three of the game.
Yeah, Angel White, not a player you want to leave open. She is lethal from that three-point line, averaging 15.4 points this WEABL season.
Eva Grace Yabella gets that one to fall. She was looking for the pass, decided to go for the shot.
Yeah, she loves that little area down low there.
And Keys at the other end.
Just bucket for bucket at this point.
9-6 as we pass the 4-minute mark in the first period. Coppleston up by 3. Habal to Diorama. Diorama, good defense there. Well, from White, or from Bateman originally, and then Ensol committed the foul. And for Kohler, you know, we talk about offensive rebounds and getting after it, but it plays in Diorama's hands because she loves to attack the basket. And once you get Holly Ensol in foul trouble, who else have you really got? There's a few others, but you know, none of the size of the Kohler players. There's Diorama going to the strike for a couple.
Yeah, and especially with Holly Ensol's experience as well, you know. As I said, defensive player of the year. So just like her presence we spoke about, I mean, standing at 6'6", she is a real presence inside that key.
18 points, 23 rebounds against Nottingham in the semi-final. Leads the WEABL in rebounds at 16, as you mentioned earlier, Isha, alongside 4 blocks as well. Keys. Inside to Bateman. They kick it out. Maybe one pass too many, and here is Isla Habal orchestrating the offense once again. The fake and the block from Ensol. As Monife Abedekin was going to the basket, Keys loses control, and it will stay with Coppleston, but that's the defense that you see from Holly Ensol as Monife Abedekin was going for the layup.
Yeah, literally just as we were speaking about it as well, just she knows how to use her size and her length. And while she has picked up a foul already in this game, it's not necessarily something that we don't often see her getting fouled because she knows she's a high IQ player. She knows how to play defense without swinging her arms down. Because really, she doesn't have to swing her arms down, does she? She's just able to swat that ball out of the air.
Well, everyone, we welcome you to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Great to have you all on board on Academy Finals Day here at the Essex Sport Arena, the University of Essex. John Hobbs, Isha Naya on hand. And we've still got one more game to go after this, the EABL final between Manchester Magic and Myerscough, an all-Northwest affair.
Yeah, it's been a pretty evenly matched start here so far. Neither team really getting that edge. But it'll be interesting to see how either team comes out after this timeout.
And of course, as well as the Academy Finals Day, we've had the Dynamic Schools event that happened yesterday here in Colchester, and of course the end of season bash for Basketball England, the NBL and WNBL playoff finals taking place in Manchester at the end of April, the 25th and 26th. Should be a fantastic day, always is a fantastic weekend, isn't it, at the National Basketball Performance Centre.
This year in Essex, though, of course.
Yeah. Well, the Academy Finals are in Essex.
Oh, yeah, apologies.
I was talking the seniors.
Oh, I thought you were saying about Academy.
Oh, no, the Academy Finals are right here in Colchester. Wilson Oswide, here is Diorama. Yabella misses the mid-range, and it's taken by White. White, a three on the way from Bateman is no good. Diorama the rebound. Here is Habal, kicks it out, and Wilson Oswide still has it, puts it up, in and out.
Yeah, that is not a shot that you want to let her get off.
And Diorama can't get the follow either. Yeah, Wilson Oswide loves to shoot the ball. Not many Kohler players tend to shoot from outside. But Isla Habal certainly instills that attacking play as Keys, her three goes out of bounds, hits nothing.
Yeah, so whereas we have Kohler, as you say, not many players will often settle on that outside shot. They do try and get the ball inside. Then we have Ipswich, who like to settle on that outside shot. So that's why it always makes such an exciting matchup with these two teams.
Chloe Vella checks back in for Kohler as Diorama heads to the bench. Here is Habal. Habal puts on the speed and banks it home.
Yeah, while she likes to orchestrate the offense, she can certainly get it done at the basket.
And a turnover. Wilson Oswide anticipating where that pass was going to go. Habal. Eva Grace Yabella, the screen, and Habal decides not to use her for the pick and roll. Wilson Oswide, she'll launch again. And another offensive rebound from Kohler. We'll expect to see this quite a bit in this game. Wilson Oswide wide open, a three. And that one bobbles out. Another offensive rebound by Kohler. And a foul as Chloe Vella getting it to go at almost the fourth time of asking for Kohler.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Kohler are much taller side than this Ipswich side. We said about boxing out, but yeah, Chloe Vella finally get it done, finishing through that contact. What a way to finish. Hopefully that brings some energy to this Kohler side. And
before that sequence, Coppleston actually out-rebounded Kohler on the offensive glass, 4-3. And now it's 7-3 in favour, or 7-4, excuse me, in favour of Kohler.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that Kohler weren't winning the rebounding battle before that.
But that's just on the offensive side. Here is Ensol. Ensol looking, will go for the shot herself. That's hits the back iron. Yabella with the rebound. Good defense from Ensol on Habal, but she collects the loose change. Vella. And the three is up. Three is good from Wilson Oswide.
Yeah, we just said, I mean, we spoke about it earlier. Yeah, she didn't hit it, but this time she hits it. You can't leave her open. She is going to hit those, especially now she's in rhythm. Beautiful
move from Keys to the basket.
Yeah, great take from Maisie Keys. We know she can get it done offensively.
Habal. Here is Vella. Vella to the hook. (18-14) to Kohler. Ensol to Keys. Ensol. Shot clock at 9. Keys puts up a long three. That smacks the bottom of the backboard. And again, Habal in the right place at the right time. Habal surveying. Abedeccan as Yabella a 3, and that misses everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right shot. She was open. Hopefully, she can find some rhythm next time when she shoots it.
Substitutions coming in as Tanea Robinson checks in. And coming out is Kaya Bateman. White goes to the runner, doesn't get that to fall. It will stay with Coppleston.
Yeah, maybe a miscommunication there from the Kohler defenders. But Coppleston will have another chance. Obviously, Angel White is actually 4th in averaging assists in WNBL D1, so player who can really orchestrate an offense.
Robinson, shot clock at 3. Keys on the deck. Ensel has to put it up, and she nearly got her own rebound. Instead, Yabella gets it. Here is Habal. Habal, beautiful pass, but Yabella can't finish. That was a great find from Isla Habal. Probably one of the quickest guards in the country. Such smooth handles. Keys to the basket and a foul. What a move from Maisie Keys.
Yeah, Maisie Keys, I mean, we know she can get it done, but what a move. The spin, the finish. I mean, I don't know how she finished that. She was falling and still somehow got the right rotation on the ball just for it to pop in. Now she has a chance for an extra one at the line.
Eva Grace Yabella comes out of the game. Adora Diorama checks back in. 2-point game, 43.8 seconds to go in the first quarter, excuse me. Maisie Keys, a chance to complete a 3-point play for Coppleston. She doesn't take advantage of it. She had a season-high 28 points against Reading back in November. 17 points, 8 rebounds in the semi-final win over Nottingham. Habal buries a 2.
Yeah, she loves that little pull-up jumper from the elbow, does Isla Habal. Definitely can't give her any space on those.
And a turnover as well. Adair has it. And she'll slow it down. Shot clock is off. Wise from Kohler, and Isla Habal surveying what's before her. Final seconds of the first. Habal kicks it out, and Abedeccan can't get it to go. And that shot misses everything to end the first quarter, and that ends the first 10 minutes, 20-16 in favor of Kohler and Isha. It's pretty much a tradition what we see between these two teams. They are aggressive, they like to run the floor, but they also like to orchestrate, point guards like to orchestrate their own offense, try and slow it down. We're seeing a lot of that today, a lot of passes inside, and lots of transition basketball at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both teams obviously put on a lot of pressure defensively, which leads to a lot of the fast break scores. But as you said, they like to slow it down. The guards like to slow it down. I mean, there's two really good guards there. You've got Isla Habal handling the ball for Kohler, who we know can orchestrate an offense, but she can also attack, and she's not afraid to take it herself. On the other side, we have got Maisie Keys, we've got Angel White, and we already spoke about Angel White being 4th in the leaders for WNBL D1 assists. But it really might come down to battle of bigs today. We've got Holly Ensel inside. We spoke about all day. She was the defensive player for the South in this WABL season. Really, just a really great presence, really. Just able to, I mean, if you're attacking the basket and see a Holly Ensel coming over, you're probably going to think about kicking it out, averaging around 4 blocks a game. And then on the other side, Cole have got that kind of 3-woman rotation of Chloe Vella, Evie Yabella, and Adora Diorama there, which is, I mean, it's lethal, really, isn't it? As soon as one goes off, you just have another one coming on. And especially if you look at this Ipswich side, apart from Holly Ensel, who is going to match up against them inside. Yeah. But credit to Coppleston, did a really good job so far matching up against those girls, boxing them out when they've needed to. Until there was that one possession where they got about 3 consecutive offensive rebounds. Coppleston actually were leading enough rebounds, but
And for Holly Ensel as well, you know, it's good for Nick Drain, as you see in your picture, to keep her out of foul trouble. She only committed 1 foul in that first 10 minutes. So that's almost like a first test, really, passed with flying colours, especially as Cola are the taller team and the more athletic under the basket.
Yeah, and Ensol, really experienced player. I mean, represented England under 14s, 15s, GB 18, so really picked up all this experience. And now she's on the main stage yet again. She has a chance to apply that.
Isla Habal, 3 of 4 from the field, 6 points leading the way for the City of London Academy. Leading all scorers, Maisie Keys, 8 points. She's taken 9 of Coppleston's 19 total field goals in this first quarter as the second period starts off. And here is White. Defense from Aberdeen stifling, it switches. And can't get it to full. White, the ball goes out of bounds, it will be a Cola possession. And good defense there from Cola, especially around the perimeter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, we know Ipswich like to shoot the ball, so they've done a really good job at taking away that shot, if not taking it away, contesting it. So hopefully they can keep that up throughout the game.
Habal. Diorama turns the corner, facing against Ensol. Kicks it out, Adair. 7 to shoot. Aberdeen can shoot the 3. Adora, Diorama doesn't get that to full. Aberdeen a good rebound, but can't hang on to it. Ensol does. And away come Coppleston, and that pass from Bateman asking too much of Anna Koscielny-Lemaire.
Yeah, the intent was there. It was probably the correct move. Maybe the execution wasn't perfect, but good intent from Coppleston.
Habal. Diorama. Adair can't hang on to the ball, but is bailed out by Vella. Vella to the hook again, but over 2 Coppleston players. Here is Keys. Here, well, they lose the ball as Bateman was going for the layup, but then lost it.
Yeah, great defense there from Habal. Good hands, just slapping away. I mean, even though it's still a Coppleston possession, just forces them to kind of reset and allows the Cola defenders to get back and set up.
Wilson Oswide comes back into the game. CC Adair comes out as a whistle has gone, and Angel White is going to go to the stripe for Coppleston, trailing by 4 early doors in the second period.
Yeah, tough one to pick up there from Aberdeen. Angel White, though, just sensing that a defender was on the back foot, just pulling up.
First foul of the day for Monife Aberdeen as White hits the first. Angel White, who flirted with a double-double in the semi-final against Nottingham, 13 points, 9 boards. And we've seen it already, such a tenacious player for this Coppleston side.
Yeah, she's a player who can just get it done everywhere, and it really shows up on the stats.
Wilson Oswide, Diorama has it. Cutting back door was Habal. Ensol was aware of it, and Cola turned the ball over. Turnover number 6 as the score there from White.
Yeah, great take from Angel White there, just to step through the defenders, take it up over the taller player as well. Great take.
Diorama finds a lane, can't exploit it though. Vella gets the rebound over Ensol, but loses it.
Yeah, it's great to see Chloe Vella back from injury. She's just a real force inside. Every time that ball goes up, you just saw that. I mean, it looked like it was in the hands of Holly Ensol, but just comes out of nowhere, being aggressive on those boards, offensively and defensively.
White, that's off the back iron with the 3. Diorama collects the long change there. Here is Wilson Oswide putting the moves on White, cutting to the basket, again can't fall. Keys rebounds it, and Wilson Oswide doesn't give up on it, but it will be a Coppleston ball. White, all tied up at 20, and we've played over 2 minutes of this second period. Bateman, Ensol at the foul line. And it's rebounded by Diorama. That's rebound number 6 for her. Here is Wilson Oswide. Looking for Vela. That was a risky pass, and Keys knew instantly what was going to happen. Keys now to the basket. Too strong with her layup. Diorama again with the rebound.
Yeah, we know that Cole likes to get the ball inside, but they don't need to force it.
What a move from her ball, and a foul. Beautiful change of direction, and the finish off the glass.
Yeah, Isla Habal, I mean, she can get it done anywhere on the court, whether that's shooting, whether that's making the pass, but when she finishes and makes moves like that, it is great to watch.
One of the premier ball handlers in women's basketball, not just in the WEABL, but in the WNBL as well. And she's going to go to the stripe for a bonus, but misses it. Here is Bateman. Bateman now full head of speed. Bateman off the window. .22 apiece. Habal now to the basket. Kicks it out. Monife Abedekun, a 3 is short. Habal collects the loose ball, but loses it. Ensel comes up with it, and now Keys. Keys to the hoop.
Yeah, there's no one could catch up with Maisie Keys on that one. Once she has that ball and once she's gone, she's going.
Habal. Habal, Diorama. Great link-up play between the two. Gets her own rebound. Habal, excuse me, Diorama over Ensel.
Yeah, once Diorama has that ball inside, she's just such a great force.
White. 4 minutes played in the second. White at the top. Habal closes down. 3 is up. 3 is no good from Koscielny Lemaire. Abedekun. Habal, a 3. And that's off to the left. Kohler, 1 of 9 from downtown. Conversely, Coppleston, 2 of 9. Bateman. Keys, that's a long 3. That's in and out. And
yeah,
both teams really going for the 3-pointer.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, although that was a deep one, that is one that she can hit, so.
And a foul is called as, I think that will be...
I think it was Diorama.
I thought that was on Bateman, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there's group substitutions now coming in as Yabella comes into the game for Kohler, and into the game for the first time, Talia Corey Kuradis, as timeout has been called on the floor, and we're tied up at 24 apiece, 5:18 to play in the half, and probably a wise timeout as well, because the sequence in the last minute or so has been very scrappy. Both teams pushing the ball hard. We've had a good few plays, especially from Isla Habal, but in the last few possessions, both teams seem to settle a little bit on the long-range shot.
Yeah, as you said, it looks quite scrappy out there at the moment. Neither team have been really able to settle into it properly. I mean, although these teams do match up quite often, and they've seen each other in the finals plenty of times, it doesn't mean it's easy for them to settle into the game, you know. Both teams, the defense at the moment, they're up in people's faces. And you said about the 3-point percentage, Kohler currently 1 from 9, Coppleston being 2 from 9. And that's not just because the shooting's not there, you know. The pressure is up, there are people up in their faces. And the shots that we've seen, the baskets that we've seen being made at the moment, they're not easy baskets. We've seen some great moves out on display there, some real highlight plays from both sides. And I don't know, I mean, either team, someone just needs to kind of settle down, slow the game down just a little bit, and really settle into their offenses. I mean, for Coppleston, they need to try and find the brand of basketball that they're playing. Same thing with Kohler. At the moment, it's kind of like they're kind of forcing the shots up, and they don't need to do that. They just need to see what's on. If the shot's not on, maybe make that extra pass. Because, I mean, both teams are capable of playing inside and outside.
Well, Kohler got to the Essex Sport Arena and Academy Finals Day rather comfortably, an 83-42 win over MK, and that was followed by a 74-32 win over Barking Abbey. Coppleston with a 107-52 win over Sheffield College, and then that 61-59 win over Nottingham. So they've had quite a tricky route. Here is Wilson Oswide, Yabella, Habal. Lovely footwork, but Holly Carradine travelled with it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a much more positive offense from Cole there, really moving that ball around, but just need to not get caught in kind of everybody ended up down low, because we saw them drive in and kick it out, but everybody ended up down towards that baseline, so you really need to watch their spacing.
White. Ensol. They will stay with Coppleston. Eva Grace Yabella was thinking that should be a Kohler ball, but
it's worth the try, isn't it?
Worth a shot. One great thing about these Kohler players is they never engage properly with the officials. They never moan about any call. So professional on the floor, which is incredible to see for a group of under-19 players. As Eva Grace Yabella gets the block on Ensol, and Vela comes up with it. Here is Habal.
Yeah, great job from Yabella there, just forcing Holly Ensol to make that miss despite the mismatch in height.
Habal twisting and turning, finds Yabella. Yabella against Keys and banks it home high off the window.
Yeah, no, I mean, another great possession from Yabella there. Just recognize that she has that height mismatch over Maisie Keys.
Here is Bateman, thought about the three, goes for the three, can't get the three, but White there nearly got the offensive board. And here is Habal. 3:47 to play in the half. As Coley Corradis can't get the three to fall. And Coppleston will slow it down. White. Ensol at the top. Ensol for three. Ensol puts it in. You can see what that means to the bench and to the fans.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell. Kohler definitely didn't mind Holly Ensol shooting that shot, and she shot it and just proved herself. So it'll be interesting to see if Kohler changed their game plan now.
Offensive foul away from the ball. I think that'll be on I think it's on the number 9. At number 9, of course, Chloe Vela. As Isla Habal comes out, Monife Abedekun checks back in. White. 3:09 to play here in the half. Ensol at the elbow this time. Ensol again. 5 quick points for Holly Ensol.
Yeah, she has the hot hand at the moment. I mean, if you're going to give her space, she's going to shoot it, and she's proving why you cannot give her that space.
She now moves on to 10. Chuck in 5 rebounds for good measure as Wilson Oswide was fouled, but she collided into Abedekun.
Yeah, I mean, Kohler, it seemingly looks like they're kind of struggling a bit offensively at the moment. There's been spells of really good offenses, but just doesn't look like the usual sort of settled Kohler offense that we usually see from them. So hopefully we can see them settle into the game a little bit more before halftime.
Deborah Wilson-Oswide, who struggled in the semi-final against Barking Abbey, went 3 of 9 from the floor, but did impact the game in other areas, makes the second foul shot. Here is White. White still has it. Shot clock at 10. Ensol decides this time not to go for the 3. Yabella closing in. White, shot clock at 4. Angel White's got a dance here. She goes inside.
Angel White, I mean, her height does not matter. It doesn't matter if she's playing against a smaller player, taller player. She is going to go in hard and she's going to finish.
12 for White. Ball goes out of bounds. Coppleston collect again. And that'll be turnover number 11 for Kohler.
Yeah, perhaps just a little miscommunication there. I mean, again, the pass was right. Maybe just a miscommunication in terms of space in there. But definitely something to learn on for the next time.
Rihanna Addison into the game for the first time for Kohler. White. And that one misses everything. Addison was going for it as a mixture of White and Koscielny-Lemaire were going for the loose ball as well. 1:51 to play in the half. Coppleston with a 3-point advantage. Biggest lead for either team has been 4 points thus far. That just tells you the tale of the tape, doesn't it?
Yeah, as always, it's always a close one between these two teams.
Habal back into the game as Addison takes a breather. Ensol with the rebound off the miss from Habal. Here is Bateman pushing, spinning, losing control though, and the ball goes out of bounds and Kohler will get it back.
Yeah, good stance from Isla Habal there. Not falling into the temptation of swinging her arms down, maybe trying to get a steal on the ball.
Habal gets the screen from Yabella, decides not to use the pick and roll. Vela. Good defense there from Keys, and the stop as well. Coppleston get the ball.
Yeah, Maisie Keys, credit to her so far because she's done a really excellent job on defense when defending the bigs. Obviously, she doesn't play in the big position herself. She's undersized in comparison to them, but she's done a really good job of putting the pressure on and forcing the turnovers.
Certainly playing her captain's role here thus far in the first half. Bateman running into a bit of trouble. Ensol at the elbow. We've seen that a few times in this contest, but misses that one. Isla Habal. Ensol now 3 of 9 from the field. Vela to Habal. Wilson Oswide. A lot of time on the shot clock. 45 seconds to play in the half. Yabella at the elbow. Vela inside again. Great defense from Coppleston. And here is Keys. Keys, Bateman, White just about collects it. Ensol steps into a 3, that's short. And Keys scoops the offensive board and banks it home.
Maisie Keys just leading by example at the moment, getting it done on both ends of the floor.
And that's the biggest lead of the game. Final seconds of the half. Habal. Steps into a 3, that's clangs or grazes the rim. And a great end to the half for Coppleston. They lead 33-28, their biggest lead of the contest. Angel White with 12, Maisie Keys also with 12 for Coppleston. And a very balanced scoring effort, as you mentioned at the end of the first quarter, Isha. It's continued for Kohler as they are led by Isla Habal, who has 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, it's been really close first half so far. I mean, both sides not giving up. The momentum seems to be in Coppleston's side at the moment. Just that they went on a nice little run towards the end there. The offense looked great. The defense are putting on a lot of pressure. Kohler, maybe especially towards the end of this second quarter here, struggling to settle into their offenses. I mean, maybe forcing passes that weren't necessarily on, but now coming into the second half, they know what's been working well, they know what they need to work on. Obviously, co-head coach Jackson Gibbons, really experienced, I'm sure will be telling them what the plan is for the second half. But yeah, I mean, we're in for a really exciting game. It could go either way. Still 5 points, still quite close. Kohler maybe would have wanted to get a score on that last offense there just to keep it in within a 1-possession game, but nevertheless, that is the score. And maybe it didn't go, maybe I think this hasn't gone the way that people would have expected, especially with Ipswich being the smaller side, but they've done a really good job in matching up against that trio of Kohler bigs. I mean, credit to Maisie Keys especially so far. Despite being undersized, done a really good job of putting on that pressure.
Well, the team that have 5 WNBL titles, Kohler, are trailing at the half as Coppleston look for their 3rd WEBL title. And they have a 33-28 lead at the half, and we will be back in roughly 10 minutes' time. The second half will be coming soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Essex Sport Arena here at the University of Essex. And it is Academy Finals Day here on the Basketball England YouTube channel, so thank you very, very much for joining us. John Hobbs, Shania, bringing you the third and fourth quarter between Cola and Coppleston in the WEABL final. Right now, Coppleston hold a 33-28 advantage, their biggest lead of the game. Going into the third quarter, Maisie Keys and Angel White leading the way with 12 points apiece for Coppleston, leading the way for Cola Isla Habal with 8. And as we get set for the third quarter, what do you think, Isha, the two coaches have been saying in the locker room as we get set for the second half?
I think Coppleston, to be fair, they just keep doing what they're doing because they're playing really great defense. They're forcing those Cola turnovers. And I mean, it sounds a bit like that typical cliche, in it. Great defense leads to great offense. But it's true because that's what we've seen with Ipswich today. Every time they get stopped, they kick the ball out quickly. They always have people running. They're able to get those quick fast break scores. Looking at Cola, no discredit to them. They have done a great job in defense also, but it's in transition where they're getting killed. So they just need to settle down a little bit more on offense because we know that they have that trio of bigs and they always have two of them on. So when you have two of them going for the offensive rebound, that already leaves only 3 players who are actually getting back on defense, if you want to look at it like numbers. So they just need to settle down. They get the scores, great. If they don't, that's fine. They just need to keep sticking to their brand of basketball.
For clarity, Coppleston outscoring Cola in transition 10-2. Cola shooting 1 of 11 from downtown. Coppleston 3 of 13, and we start the third quarter. Diorama, the turnaround jumper off to the right. Vela collects the offensive board, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Cola. That's the 8th offensive rebound for Cola in this contest. Of course, as said, welcome everyone to the Basketball England YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Great to see so many comments flying in on the feed. And a turnover there as Bateman collects. And Bateman will go to the line. Cece Adair with the foul. She was the one who turned the ball over.
Yeah, just trying to get a hand on the ball, obviously unsuccessful, but you'd rather foul and not let them score.
There is the foul there. As we have substitutions coming in already. Cece Adair comes out. Monife Abedekan checks in. As Kaya Bateman at the line. 5th in the WEABL for steals. Averages around 4 steals a game. And misses the first, and misses them both. And an offensive rebound collected by White, who strings it out. Here is Koscielny Lemaire to Ensol. 6 to shoot. Ensol, double teamed, kicks it out. Bateman, a 3. That's off the back iron, and Coppleston get the ball back.
Yeah, it was a great defensive rotation from Cola as well. A shame they couldn't clean up.
And there to pick up the loose change is Bateman.
They did such a good job there getting that rotation, double teaming Holly Ensol. When the ball did get kicked out, they're able to get a hand in the face, but they did all the hard work and just couldn't get that rebound. That just kills that defensive possession, really.
Only Bateman's 2nd field goal of this contest. Diorama attacking and finishing just how she likes it.
Yeah, that's a great take. That's more the kind of Cola brand of basketball.
And Bateman at the other end. Again, the pace electric to start the third period. Wilson Oswide. Habal puts up a 3. That's long. And Cola's struggles from downtown continue.
Yeah, I mean, although she didn't hit that one, that is a shot that she likes to take, and we know she can hit it. So Ipswich definitely can't let her get any space on that next time.
Maisie Keys attacking. Misses everything, though, with the layup attempt.
Yeah, tough shot, but great stance from Chloe Vella just forcing that miss there.
Early doors in the third period. Of course, after this game, it's the EABL final to close out Academy Finals Day 2026. Manchester Magic taking on Myers Co. in a Northwest derby here in Colchester. Wilson Oswide, Diorama. 5 to shoot for Adora Diorama. Good stand from Ensol. Monife Abedekan off the back iron with the 3. Diorama, the offensive board. Habal. 3 is up from Wilson Oswide. That misses the mark.
Yeah, just a great box out there down low from Maisie Keys, just stopping Chloe Vella from getting anywhere near that offensive rebound.
Bateman. And Bateman, who's had a fantastic start to this third quarter, 4 points already, 6 overall. 7-point lead for Coppleston, early doors here in this third period. Deborah Wilson-Oswide methodically bringing it up court. Habal collects. Habal pulls up. And Ensol rebounds over Vella.
Yeah, again, although she didn't hit that one, that is a shot she likes to take, and she can hit it with ease. So, again, not a shot they won't let her get.
Good defense there from Monife Abedekan, but too much for official Chris Holt to deal with on that. He calls the foul, saw an infringement in there. Bateman. Koscielny Lemaire looking for Ensol, but Vella was there to anticipate it. Habal. Abedekan. Looking for Diorama. Abedekan is wide open at the top. Diorama, though, didn't need her, and she'll go to the line. She was double teamed there, went straight up for the shot. She had a couple of options there, but decided she had enough confidence to go it alone.
Yeah, great take from her. I mean, that is a good look for her. So, although, yeah, she got double teamed, I mean, I think it was Maisie Keys and you saw Angel White come down a little bit. I think she recognized, even though she was double teamed, she still did have the height advantage. And she's just so dominant down low underneath the basket. So, it is a good look for her. And obviously, although she didn't get it to drop, at least she drew the foul. So, more positive signs from Cola.
Diorama now 3 of 3 from the stripe here today as a team. Cola 6 of 7. As Diorama hits them both, and the proof that the commentator's curse does not work.
The commentator's blessing.
Habal collects the loose ball. Wilson Oswide with a good steal there. Diorama kicks it out. Abedekan puts it in. Big 3, Monife Abedekan. Only Cola's second triple of the contest.
Yeah, that was a good offense, though. Just Diorama working the ball inside, finding the open player. And Abedekan, yeah, a shot we know she likes to hit.
It's a good look from Ensol, maybe too much though. Habal comes up with it, chance to tie. Habal can't get it to go, on the follow. Diorama, and the game is tied.
Yeah, Diorama, we know she's such a force underneath the basket. I mean, if you're going to leave her open, no one's going to put a body on her. She's going to get down, clean it up.
Bateman can't get that 3 to fall. Diorama with the rebound. That score from Diorama, that's her double-double now. 10 points, 11 rebounds. Vella going to the basket, aggressively blocked by Ensol. But Chloe Vella will head to the stripe.
Yeah, no, I mean, not the wrong decision by Holly Ensol, but maybe the positioning wasn't correct. I mean, if you're blocking someone from behind, it's always going to be a bit of a difficult cause for the referees. When we saw that a few times in the previous game, there was a lot of big blocks in that CBL final. The crowd definitely thought were blocks, but when you're behind, it's always a difficult one to call.
That's a third foul as well on Holly Ensol, so she enters the foul trouble statistic with 5:25 remaining in the third period. Chloe Vella will go to the line out of the timeout. A 7-0 run by Kohler that has stretched at around 1 minute and 30 seconds, and enough for Nick Drain to call timeout. Nick Drain, who's been here many, many times before, knows exactly when to call that timeout and just calm things down and get his players back in rhythm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as you said, that Kohler 7-0 run, just that swinging it back around, bringing it back up to a tied game. Coppleston just need to settle back into and play the type of basketball they were just playing before. They don't need to settle for any quick shots, really. They can just take their time like they were before. And if they're in transition, they can push the floor, push the ball, see if they can get a score. But Kohler definitely settled into the game. Look a lot more settled on offense. They look more comfortable. They're being confident. And they're just sticking to their brand of basketball. They're getting the ball inside. They're kicking out when they need to. And even though we've previously seen the shots not fall, it was the correct shot that they're taking. Now they are falling. That's why they're now seeing that success. They found their rhythm.
Chloe Vella at the line, 2 of 5 from the field here today. 5 points, 5 rebounds. Rattles in the first free throw. And as mentioned, that score from Diorama that tied the game, that's her double-double. 10 points, 12 rebounds. 4 of those coming on the offensive side. Chloe Vella, out of her 5 rebounds, 3 of them have come from the offensive glass. As she makes them both.
Yeah, both just real presences inside.
And that's what they need to do. Now Holly Ensol, who's still on the floor, has 3 fouls. Koscielny Lemaire off the back iron with her 3. Several Kohler players going for that rebound. Diorama, Vella, and Abedeckan. Yeah,
I mean, great box out there from Chloe Vella, just pushing Holly Ensol away from the basket. But Angel White, every single time that ball goes up, despite being one of the smaller players on the court, just leaps up into the air and gets a hand on it. I mean, stays Coppleston's way.
Keys straight away on the catch and shoot. Habal. 8 points, 4 of rebounds for Isla Habal. Wilson Oswide short with the 3. As Wilson Oswide and Holly Ensol collided for that loose ball, and Ensol certainly getting the worst of it, as she is helped back up. Eva Grace Yabella will check in momentarily. Chloe Vella, I'm assuming, and will come out.
Yeah, as one dominant force inside goes off, another one comes on. And we spoke about the whole game, just that they've got that 3 sort of woman rotation, have Kohler, of people who can really get it done under the basket. So they literally cannot let up at all.
Bateman, Koscielny Lemaire. Good hands there from Habal. Bateman still has it. A lot of time on the shot clock. Bateman kicks it out. Koscielny Lemaire. Ensol can't get her elbow shot to go. Habal quickly fouled by Kaya Bateman, and that will put Coppleston at 3 team fouls, matching Kohler.
That's also going to be Bateman's 3rd foul as well, which for Coppleston, I mean, 2 of their more key players on 3 fouls might come to play in the game, and we saw it in the previous game as well. People fouled out in foul trouble. I mean, especially in a game like this, which is so close, could come down to the wire. You're going to want these key players in the game. But
Nick Drain keeping faith in Bateman, keeping her on the floor. Habal gets the screen from Yabella. Abedeckan, 8 to shoot. Abedeckan, beautiful find, and the finish from Yabella, but that was a beautiful pass from Monife Abedeckan.
Yeah, great offense there, just driving in, drawing in the defense, but Abedeckan, just that nice little dump off to Yabella inside. Look at this, that beautiful dump off there.
Simple, but effective and devastating.
Just reading that mismatch as well, of just bringing Holly Ensol away from Yabella, who's obviously got that height advantage.
And that matches Kohler's biggest lead of the game. Bateman, 8 to shoot. Ensol cleans it up. Ensol now moves on to 9 points. Chuck 8 rebounds in for good measure. Habal, Diorama, Yabella under the basket, marked by Ensol. Man, a good stand there from Holly Ensol, getting her fingers on the ball.
Yeah.
Here is Keys. Keys driving to the middle. Koscielny Lemaire decides not to go for the shot, now goes for the shot. And it's rebounded by Coppleston. Koscielny Lemaire sets herself again, knocks it down. If first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like at the moment, Kohler, they're giving her that shot. And if you're going to give it, might as well take it.
Habal. Copleston now retake the lead. Abedeckan to the basket, rattles it in.
Yeah, great take there just to find a way inside. And we haven't seen many like that where the Kohler players just been able to drive and actually get to the basket. So credit to Copleston defense.
Ensol misses everything with that three-point attempt. For Monife Abedeckan as well, 2 of 8 from the field. That was only her second field goal of the contest. Showing great confidence, even though struggling from the field, showing great confidence to just keep that shot going. And that's what every coach will tell you. I'm sure that's what you'll be telling your Manchester Mystic players as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because the shots that she's been taking have been the correct shots, and that's the most important thing. The shots will start to fall, as they have done.
Oh, beautiful pass from Habal, but Yabella this time can't get it to fall, and Copleston will collect the ball.
We're seeing some great offenses from Kohler here. I mean, they're really using that mismatch to their advantage at the moment. Every time someone drives in, bringing out Holly Ensol, that taller defender, and just finding one of the 2 Kohler bigs on the inside. Some great passes just to find them on the inside there. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to go that time.
Koscielny Lemaire this time doesn't get a 3 to fall at the top. Ensol with the long ball. Koscielny Lemaire gets it back. Here is Bateman, here is Ensol. Deflected, it's picked up by Habal. Habal now comes back out. Yabella back to Habal. Under 2 to play in the third. Still all to play for. Habal sees a gap, can't exploit it. Koscielny Lemaire comes up with it. Bateman. Koscielny Lemaire. The trailer is Keys, and I think that'll be a travelling violation. As she was caught in 2 minds whether to stop or just go for the floater, and she got caught in 2 minds and took an extra step.
Yeah, I mean, credit to the Kohler defenders though, because I mean, Ayla Habal just stood there, so forcing to really decide, am I going to get that charge call? But that ended up being the outcome, the trouble.
12th turnover for Copleston in this contest. Diorama has it. Abedeckan, great hands, or too much for for Bateman, and that'll be foul number 4 on Kaya Bateman. Now Nick Drain is going to go to his bench this time. 4 fouls on Bateman. Taya Robinson will check back in. (43 to 42) in favor of Kohler. Just so you're aware at home. Yabella.
Nice find inside there.
Diorama the finish.
That is beautiful. Just that connection between the 2 taller players there. Just holding the ball, seeing what's available, that beautiful cut inside. Some great offenses now from Kohler that we're seeing.
1:03 to play in the third. Koscielny Lemaire given all the time in the world, but is short with her 3. Ensol, though, nearly came up with it.
Yeah, probably not one of it. Probably a play that you don't want to try and pass over there. I think just lost control of the ball a bit, but Kohler retained possession. The momentum definitely feels to be in the way of Kohler at the moment.
Both teams with no more fouls to give, with 45 seconds to play in the third. Diorama turns the corner, great hands from Keys. Diorama still has it. Wilson Oswide, 3 to shoot. Great stand again from Ensol. What a defensive presence she has been in this third period, as we would expect. Keys out of control. Koscielny Lemaire. Koscielny Lemaire travels with it.
Yeah, got caught in two minds there. I mean, I think she didn't believe how open she was then. Kohler players kind of got confused. That pass fake was just that good that she kind of faked herself. But
45-42, 20 seconds to play in the third period. Habal, as Jackson Gibbons tells Isla Habal to just slow it down, milk the clock. There's only a just short of 2-second difference between shot and game. Habal, turnover as Monifay Apadekin hits the deck. And Coppleston have 4.8 seconds to do something.
Yeah, I mean, that one's unlucky. It wasn't really on fault. I think might have just slipped on the court a bit. But again, the intent was there. It was the right idea. We're seeing some really good offenses from Kohler. Every time, they might not be dropping every time, but as we said, they're sticking to their brand of basketball, and the shots will start to come.
Keys puts it up. Can't put it in, though, and that ends the third quarter, and it's all to play for here. The Essex Sport Arena, 45-42 in favour of Kohler. But it's anyone's game, isn't it? And Kohler have turned it around. They trailed the half, but now they've turned it around, but only hold a slender 3-point advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that quarter, definitely some much better basketball in that quarter. Not that they haven't been playing good basketball before that. We have seen some good things, but they're just finally, the shots are starting to fall. They're finally hitting the shots that they're creating. They've done a great job at creating those shots all game, but I mean, we've seen it a few times now. We saw a connection between the bigs going on the inside. Just some really good basketball being played from Kohler. And Ipswich, credit to them, they have continued to fight. They haven't stopped. There's some really good defensive possessions there, but both teams going at it right now. Could go either way. It's still all to play for.
Well, it just shows you there, 17-9, Kohler outscoring Coppleston in that third period. Obviously, conversely, in that second quarter, it was Coppleston who outscored Kohler 17-8 as well. So it all promises to be an enticing fourth period coming up, leading the way for Kohler. Adora Diorama has 12 points, 13 rebounds, 4 of 10 from the field, chucking 2 steals for good measure. And Angel White and Maisie Keys have 12 points apiece. 4 of the Copleston players, though, have played all 30 minutes thus far, whereas Jackson Gibbons has spread his team, spread his minutes very evenly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously each side have their own sort of rotations, their own way of approaching the game, but as I said, Kohler, there's been quite a few Kohler players coming off that bench able to contribute. It just goes to show the depth of the girls and the players at the Kohler program, which Ipswich also have a fair amount of depth on the bench. You've seen Robinson come off the bench, and she's an experienced player herself, going through the Aspire, representing South All-Stars. But yeah, we'll see what happens in this final quarter.
Koscielny Lemaire gets us underway. Robinson, and it's turned over. Habal now putting on the Jets, and she'll go to the line. Isla Habal so quick up the other end, just saw that lane and wanted to exploit it out of the turnover. And Isla Habal now heading to the stripe.
Yeah, she's such a quick player, really shifty as well, but took part in the one tournament. She did really successful. She's really successful in that. Just a great player in a one-on-one situation, also in a team situation. Just a great player all around, really.
As we mentioned, did struggle from the field against Barking Abbey, but did impact the game in other aspects.
Yeah, she's a real all-round player who doesn't need to score to have an impact on the game. She really does really well at orchestrating offenses, and we've seen today how many amazing passes she's pulled off.
Robinson a 3, that's short.
And it feels like Cole at the moment, they're just choosing, they're opting to give Coppleston that 3-point shot. They're focusing more on the inside, just denying any easy shots on the inside, denying any passes to Holly Ensol. And a lot of time when she does catch that ball, that the double team is on her. They make it really difficult for her to score at the moment.
Wilson-Azwide has it. Here is Abedeckan. Vela. Habal. Habal looks for the ball fake, and Wilson-Azwide couldn't hang on.
Yeah, just as we were talking about being a really great passer, that no-look pass there, I mean, it surprised even her teammate, but she's one of those players where she doesn't even need to be looking at you to give you that ball. She just knows where all of her teammates are at all times.
Koscielny Lemaire. Robinson. Again lets fly. Unfortunately, can't get it to fall. Diorama can't hang on, and Robinson has another bite of the cherry, and look at that, Habal skying to tap that out of bounds. Otherwise, Holly Ensol would have had an easy score, and that would have given her a double-double.
Yeah, Habal just got up there then. I mean, that's pretty big size difference there. Just literally bouncing off that floor to get there. But just forcing Coppleston to reset their offense, allowing the Kohler defenders to reset as well.
The referee's just having a chat with the table officials here. Early doors in this fourth and final quarter, 47 to 42 in favor of Kohler. I think that we had a bit of a shot clock malfunction there. It was on 23 and it's down now to 13. So Coppleston will now restart their offense. Here is Ensol. White. 6 to shoot. Double team comes, Koscielny Lemaire. Got to do something with it, Coppleston. Great defense from Kohler outside of the paint.
Yeah, really good defensive possession there. I mean, we saw Al Habal hitting out of bounds, force him to reset, and then from that inbound struggle to get anything off. But credit to Chloe Vela there. Although she primarily plays inside, she did a really good job on the perimeter, just staying low and actually moving her feet to play some great defense there.
Diorama, Vela, Habal. Diorama again. Abedeckan. Abedeckan again can't get that layup to fall.
Yeah, just really good job getting there though. Really good take from her.
Koscielny Lemaire, short with the 3. Rebounded by Vela. Coppleston, 4 of 27 from downtown today as Diorama connects inside.
Yeah, that's a great take from Diorama, just spinning around, just making that paint really her own. She's just so aggressive and dominant when she gets inside.
Koscielny Lemaire again, that's way off, that doesn't hit anything.
Yeah, I mean, the right shot take though, she was wide open, but it seems like Kohler are allowing Ipswich to shoot that shot at the moment. So maybe not the shot that, maybe a shot that they start not settling on if Kohler are going to continue to give them it.
Both teams are combined 6 of 45 from three-point land here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, credit to the defense for making those misses. And to be fair, most of the time, the shots, they are the correct ones that they are taking.
Diorama banks it home.
Yeah, she has the hot hand at the moment. Back-to-back buckets from her.
Bateman. Ensol. Bateman wants it, gets it. Koscielny Lemaire. Bateman will collect it again. 8 to shoot. Ensol at the foul line. No. Rebounded by Vela again. Here is Habal. Habal. And again, like you mentioned, she saw an open player, but Deborah Wilson-Azwide did not anticipate the pass.
Yeah, I mean, great take from Al Habal, just pulling in all those defenders. But yeah, she's going to make those no-look passes. But good spacing from Deborah Wilson-Azwide just to be in the correct position.
As Ensol misses the layup. Holly Ensol now 4 of 14 from the field. Here is Habal. Habal. Abedeckan can't get the 3 to fall. On the follow was Vela, and Chloe Vela, so aggressive under the basket, goes to the stripe.
Yeah, inside, she's a really hard force to stop. Once she has that ball in her hands, it's really difficult to stop her. Just able to get around that box out there. And Ipswich, I mean, apologies, Coppleston have done a good job at boxing out so far, but it's just when they have those little slip-ups. Anytime they have a slip-up, Cola are able to get that ball, and most of the time it's led to a score.
One thing Jackson Gibbons will be very happy with, 12 of 13 from the charity stripe in this contest for Cola, and they have their first double-digit advantage of this contest, 52-42. And Diorama collects the offensive rebound off the miss. Wilson Oswede can't get the three to fall. But another offensive rebound, and Cola can reset. Here is Habal. Habal pulls up, in and out. And again, Cola come up with it. Wilson Oswede. Habal. Habal to the basket. Finds Wilson Oswede. And Cola again come up with it. And this time they put it in, and it's Vela again.
Yeah, Cola finally able to get finished, but what a sequence that was. Some great rebounding there, some great looks. But Chloe Vela just sealing that offense up.
A 10-0 run by Cola. Koscielny Lemaire puts it in. Big three for Coppleston to get them off the mark in this fourth period.
Yeah, much needed three there.
Abedekun connects. Timeout, Nick Drain.
Yeah, that makes it a 12-3 run in this fourth quarter for Cola. I mean, big shot from Koscielny Lemaire there, but Cola just answered on either side. Great fake. Getting the defenders up. Nice and easy layup in the end. But what a sequence this has been from Cola.
We talk about the playing style of Cola and how it really wasn't fitting them in the first half, but especially in this fourth quarter, they are playing Cola basketball. They're getting after it. They're patient. Every time the ball is up, regardless of whether it's going down or it's missing, they are all over the offensive rebound like a rash. And they have got 16 offensive rebounds in this game thus far.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, credit to Coppleston. They've done a really good job at boxing them out for the majority of this game, but what they're getting caught on now with those long rebounds. So whilst they are getting a body on the player, they are finding that box out. They're either not pushing them back far enough, so Cola is still able to get the rebound, or they're just getting caught on the wrong side, because especially when it's a long rebound, if you're boxing them out and you're in front of them, that's all good if it's going to fall short, but as soon as it falls long, if there's no one else there to clean it up, if you're not pushing that player back, then they are going to keep getting it, and that's what we saw in that sequence just then, when Cola got a fair few rebounds, with Chloe Vela just sealing that offense off. So I'm sure Nick Drain will be speaking to them, or would have spoken to them about that, and you can just see WNBL D1 player there, Harriet Wellham, speaking things through with them. And
of course, Harriet Wellham, one of the premier players in the WNBL, but so dedicated, so loyal to the Ipswich program, the Coppleston program, part of the coaching setup with Nick Drain for the juniors, and of course their WEABL team. Bodies on the floor as Habal comes up with it. It's 2-on-2. Habal finds Diorama. Diorama inside, no good. Gets her own rebound. Good hands from Keys. Diorama on the floor. Habal finds Vela inside. What a pass from Isla Habal.
Oh, Isla Habal, just outstanding passing on display today. Well, what a find to get it through the defense as well.
And gets the stop at the other end as she strips Maisie Keys. Maisie Keys wants a substitution immediately. Habal and Diorama and Ensol fighting over it. And, well, Maisie Keys is in some pain. She's walked off the floor.
What?
And there'll be a timeout called as Harriet Wellham is coming over. And well, Maisie Keys now coming back.
Well, she did run off with a bin, so I'm going to assume that she probably just felt a little bit ill. But I mean,
we'll stop there then, and we'll just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, she has played 34. She hasn't been off the foot. She has not subbed out this game yet. So, I mean, credit to her stamina, credit to all the players on Ipswich who've played for most of the game. You know, it's not easy, especially at the pace that this game's being played at. But timeout Coppleston now, that is Nick Drain's third timeout. Probably just talking it over because the momentum and the energy is very much with Cole at the moment. You know, we just saw Isla Ball there getting it done on both ends, just dictating the game at the moment, setting up Cole up for some great plays. But I feel like sometimes her passing ability is just so strong. Sometimes she's just so ahead of even her teammates. No disrespect to her teammates because most of the time they are in the correct position. Just her passing ability is just outstanding. There's some of the passes that she's able to get off. I mean, you don't even know how she gets them off. There's defenders in the way. I don't know, there's so many defenders in the way. She's still able to get the ball through. Just outstanding play for her. And I'm sure she'll just continue playing that brand of basketball. She's committed to George Washington University, where she'll be going next season.
10 points, 7 assists, and 3 steals for Isla Habal in this contest. Here she is on the ball, swings it to Wilson Oswide. And a travelling violation called against Diorama. And again, not looking at the official, just focusing on the next play. That is the Jackson Gibbons way, that is the Kohler way. White. As Bateman can't get the 3 to fall. Ensol can't get the offensive rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Coppleston. 4:36 to play and a 13-point advantage for the pride of Southwark. Koscielny Lemaire, Bateman finds Ensol under the basket. Can't get that to fall either. Diorama, her 18th rebound. Wilson Oswide. Diorama. Kohler now will certainly slow every possession down that they can. Habal stops. Can't get the shot to go though.
Yeah, that is a good look for her. Again, they can't give her any space on that.
Koscielny Lemaire, too strong with the layup.
And who else to clean it up other than Diorama?
Well, absolutely, rebound number 19 now. As Koscielny Lemaire, 2 of 11 from the floor. Wilson Oswide, Vela, here is Habal. Diorama, a mid-range, buries it. $15-point lead. Bateman on the spin, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, that's a great take. Just spinning away through the defense there and drawing that foul. Let's have a look at it on the replay. It's protecting that ball and able to get through. Maybe just a little bit of a late rotation from the Kohler defense, but there's not been many of them throughout the game. There's been really disciplined defense from both sides. There's been some great rotations as well.
And Bateman has been tenacious all game long as well as you see Kohler player on the floor here, and both benches will tell their players to come over as so we see it's Chloe Vela on the floor. But I was going to mention that Kaya Bateman has been absolutely tenacious in this contest overall. 3 of 10 from the field, 0 of 6, granted, but 6 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Really has filled the stat sheet up and has just battled for every minute that she has played on the floor. She's the only player out of the Coppleston starting 5 that has not played the entire game. She's sat out for a couple of minutes, obviously because of foul trouble. But she has been absolutely incredible all game long. And out of all the players that are on the floor right now just having a huddle, she's the only player that is just sat there in a bit of a heap because she's absolutely exhausted. She's left everything on the floor here today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously went up with a bit of contact there, but I'd say just someone who can get it done on both ends of the floor in every single aspect of the game. And she also does a lot of those things that don't show up on the stat sheet. She makes that pass that leads to the assist, or she gets that tip that leads to a turnover. Just a really charismatic player to see out there playing on the floor.
And Chloe Vella still on the floor and really looks in some pain. Remember, she only came back last month, back in late February, and has really had to adjust playing time. Jackson Gibbons has played minutes to her, but almost on a minutes restriction as you were. But she's played a fair chunk of today, 28 minutes, 12 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 12 points. But is grimacing with her left knee as we speak.
Yeah, but she has put in a really impressive performance today. I mean, double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 offensive, 5 defensive. So it's great to see her, even though she's only recently come back, she had such an impact on the game.
And while Chloe Vella continues to receive attention, Maisie Keys has grabbed the bin again, and this time bringing it to the team bench. Well, while we have this break in play, Chloe Vella now making her way up, which is great to see, but she is being helped to the physio table. And rightfully a round of applause for Chloe Vella. It's never nice to see, especially a player that's worked so hard to get back into action, such as Chloe Vella, with such a lengthy time off. And certainly hope she's okay, as Eva Gracia Bella will come in to replace her. So the action restarts, and Bateman misses the first free throw. Cara Bateman, as said, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists here today, but those statistics, while they don't jump out, she certainly has been outstanding at every facet of the game for Coppleston here today. Here is Diorama.
Yeah, it looks like Coppleston have brought out their full court zone press.
Yeah, doing a 2-3 press here as Abedeckan has the ball, 6 to shoot, whistle has gone. And Abedeckan immediately up to her feet. Another player that has struggled from the field but has brought so much energy, as she always does, that player right there, Monefe Abedeckan.
Yeah, it's great to see that there's so many players out there on the court that don't just contribute in one sense. I mean, every player out there can contribute in multiple ways. I mean, the defense from every single player on that court today has been outstanding. A stat which especially doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet.
Shelny Lemaire deflected the ball out of bounds. It stays a Kohler ball. 3:09 to play here in this one, and Kohler have a 14-point cushion. Kohler established that double-digit advantage in the early stages of the fourth period. Before then, the biggest lead for either team had been 6 points. Habal, 3 to shoot. Diorama inside. Can't get that to fall. And a foul called.
Oh, travel call.
Oh, traveling call, excuse me.
Yeah, great stance from Wilson Aswide to force that.
Bateman looked like she was fouled. She certainly thought she was. A great stand, as you say, from Deborah Wilson Aswide. Here is Habal. Swings it around the other side. Abedeckan. A 3, no good. And an over-the-back foul is called.
Yeah, Ubella just trying to get after that rebound, but good box from Maisie Keys, I believe it was. Just forcing it to kind of push forward during that foul.
And Kohler now continuing to press, but for Coppleston, they need points. with 2:40 to play. And Habal gets another steal. Habal now 1-on-2. Habal can't get it to fall. On the follow, though, is Diorama.
Yeah, just cleaning up the glass. She just does that so well. Anytime she gets inside, you know what's going in.
Ensol inside and a foul, and that's Holly Ensol's double-double.
Yeah, probably just a little miscommunication there on defense, because what Cole have done so well this game is just stopped Holly Ensol from getting the ball. Every time she's got it, there's been a double team. Even if she has received it.
11 points, 15 boards for Holly Ensol. And she'll go to the line for a bonus. And misses the foul shot. Coppleston 5 of 10 today from the charity stripe. And Keys nearly got the steal there. Here is Habal entering the final 2 minutes of the fourth period. Habal, pull-up jumper from the elbow is all string.
Yeah, that is her shot. I mean, she just loves shooting it from that elbow. Nice little pull-up.
Koscielny Lemaire at the other end. Great transition basketball from Coppleston.
Yeah, it's good to see that even though we're getting towards the final minutes of this game, they're still sticking to their brand.
3-on-1, and Yabella the finish, and that'll only go one way. Here is Keys. Koscielny Lemaire gets Habal jumping for joy, drive to the hoop. And Diorama, another rebound for her. That's rebound number 21 to go with 20 points. Here she is on the ball. Yabella. Habal, 6 to shoot. Habal lays it up, but in and out it goes. Final minute. And Coppleston almost looked resigned to second on this one. Koscielny Lemaire strings a three. Now substitutions will come in for Kola as Jackson Gibbons gives minutes to Rose Saar, Anya Scruton. And I also think Rihanna Addison, yes, is the other player and on the ball right now, and she loses the ball. Koscielny Lemaire has it. Maisie Keys a three. And that misses everything. 44 seconds to play, and Kola are 44 seconds away from a 6th WEABL title.
Yeah, I mean, Coppleston can only really settle for threes here. Still sticking to his zone press, see if they can force some turnovers, which they do.
Yeah, Rose Saar travelled with it.
But Coppleston done a good job, even though in the final seconds of this, just not giving up, which is great to see, because you don't want many players to give up on the floor, and they've just stuck to it.
Oh,
Probably going to look for a three.
Coppleston will play till the final buzzer. There's no question about that. Koscielny Lemaire, she puts in another three, back-to-back triples.
That is a tough shot to get over, especially over the long wingspan of Evie Yabella.
They'll just make the scoreline that a little bit more respectable. And a blocking foul called, I think, on Maisie Keys. So now Robinson will come in and Kaya Bateman will head to the bench. As we play out the final seconds here in the 2026 WEABL final. Kola with the shot clock off, and Yabella can't hang on to the ball, but she'll collect it again. And the clock will run out, and for Kola, it is Super 6 heading to Southwark. Kola, the 2026 WEABL winners. And for Kola, a 2020 performance from Adora Diorama leading the way. But it's a team effort, isn't it? Just like it always is with Cola. Chloe Vela, Isla Habal with 12 points apiece. But everyone contributed in some way or another, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, what an amazing performance. Both teams, but Cola, I mean, as I said, Adora Diarama, 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 50% from the field. Amazing performance from her. But as I said, every single player that stepped on that court, the defense was outstanding from both sides. I mean, Copleston High School, credit to them. They played right till the final seconds of that game. Every single player that stepped on the court for them left it all out there. We have Angel White with 12 points, Maisie Keys with 12, Kashenshi Lamar, 14. But it's Cola who will take it. And a really balanced performance with them. Isla Habal chipping in 12, Chloe Vela chipping in another 12.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Anna Koscielny-Lemaire leading the way in the end for Coppleston with 14 points. Maisie Keys, Angel White, all 12 of their points coming in the first half. But 4 of their 5 played all 40 minutes. But as you say, Isha, they left everything on the floor, and despite coming up runners-up today, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. A very proud performance by Nick Drain's side. We have a look at the replay and a look at the highlights of what transpired in our WEABL final. Of course, coming up in just a moment, well, coming up at around 5 o'clock, we have the EABL final between the Manchester Magic and Myers Co. as we get set for the presentation ceremony here at the Essex Sport Arena, as Cola will in a few moments time collect their 6th WEABL trophy. And just another gloss on the incredible career of Jackson Gibbons, who will be the first person to tell you that it's not about him, it's about the girls.
Yeah, I mean, obviously really well coached by Jackson Gibbons, just outstanding coach really, and it's just credit to the teams and players that he's produced. And as we can see that success with the titles, I mean, this is their 6th title at WABL. They have even more under 18s, they have more at WNBL Division 1. And they just see success every year, and it's just a credit to the players that they're pumping out and the development that they get at Cola.
So as Coppleston collects their runners-up medal, our producer even hits the deck as well. Everything's going on around here. But a proud moment for Nick Drain, leading his Coppleston team to another medal. Okay, it's a runners-up medal, but so much to be proud of for such a very proud organisation. And everyone in Ipswich, it's only just down the road from Colchester, still applauding their heroes, and everyone back in Ipswich watching on certainly will be proud of how these girls have performed today as they collect their runners-up medals. And that leaves, of course, just one team left, and that are the champions. Nick Drain once said, to be the best, you've got to play and beat the best. And the gold standard, without question, is the City of London Academy. And once again, the City of London Academy reign supreme here in Colchester.
One more time, make some noise for this year's WEABL playoff runners-up, the Copleston High School.
Well, in just a moment, Isha will be heading along the baseline or along the sideline, wherever she wants really, to collect some post-game interviews, no doubt from head coach Jackson Gibbons and from whomever the MVP will be. And the City of London Academy, the pride of Southwark, collect their winners' medals. Rose Sarr saw some game time in the final few minutes. Adora Diarama, an absolutely monster performance. 20 points, 21 rebounds on 50% shooting. Absolutely incredible all game long. And Chloe Vella coming back to collect her winner's medal. What a proud performance for her today. 12 points, 10 rebounds. And let's not forget, she's only come back off a long-term injury just last month, 5 weeks ago, almost to the day. Ava Gracia-Bella getting a bit of a cheer as she collects her winner's medal. Some of the men's team also here in attendance cheering on Kola. Of course, they narrowly lost out in the semi-finals of the EABL semi-finals against Myers Co. As the coaching set up, and now the rest of the Kola group now come to collect their medals as well. They're a large group. There they are. All cheering on their teammates, their sisters in arms here today. And now the announcement for MVP. And I think it's fairly obvious who the MVP is going to be, isn't it? The Kola players know it. The fans know it. There's only one, Adora Diorama, a 2020 game in the WEABL final. 20 points, 21 rebounds, 8 of them on the offensive side. A deserved MVP. Congratulations to Adora Diorama. And now there is one trophy left. As Deborah Wilson-Laswide steps forward, collects the WEABL winner's plaque. And the City of London Academy make it a Super 6 WEABL Championships. And for the second time today, the trophy lift goes horribly wrong. But they are victorious here at Essex Sport Arena today. Congratulations to Kola. And in just a moment, Isha will get off her thoughts with head coach Jackson Gibbons and MVP Adora Diorama.
At 4 p.m. Please stay tuned. Remember, food and refreshments are available in the timeout lounge. And make sure you follow us on socials at WEABL-leading. See you soon.
Well, as we wait for Adora Diorama and Jackson Gibbons, look at the highlights of this Kola victory. Outscoring Coppleston 21-14 in the fourth quarter to get the job done. They got their first double-digit lead early in the fourth quarter as part of a 10-0 run and never took their foot off the pedal, as they are crowned WEABL winners 2026. And Isha has now just grabbed Adora Diorama. And in just a second, we will get the thoughts of Adora Diorama's fantastic performance. And Isha, it's all yours.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with MVP Adora Diorama. So, Adora, 20 points, 20 rebounds, 50% from the field and 100% from the free throw line. How does it feel to be adding another MVP to your collection?
It feels amazing. It just shows how much hard work I put off on and off the court. You know, rebounding is my main playing style and also attacking the basket, so I'm really happy for getting MVP.
Yeah, so obviously coming into this, you guys were matching up against Holly Ensel, who got Defensive Player of the Year. She's a tall player. You guys matched up pretty well. What was the kind of plan coming into this, knowing that you're going to be matched up against her?
We knew that if we attack Holly Ensel, she will obviously guard us. We have enough of really good big. We have a good lineup of big, so we just do a dump down and then we go up, or we just attack and try to draw fouls against Holly. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Ipswich, or Coppleston, apologies, they were up by quite a margin in that game. You guys did struggle to score offensively, but then you settled into it and you got, the shot started to fall. So what was the talk at halftime? How were you able to get to that?
We knew we had to win. You know, halftime, we were in the changing rooms, we was telling everyone. So obviously coming to the game with 100% effort, we've been working really hard in practice. All my teammates, thankful, and the coaches were really helping us as well. So yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, so I mean, you got the WEABL championship now. What's next on the list?
Hopefully D1 MVP and also winning the D1 final. So yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll see you there. Hopefully I'll be speaking to you after those games. And yeah, good job on the win, good job on the MVP. Go enjoy that victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks to Adora and Isha. In just a moment, as Jackson Gibbons and Rob Fairley of the Manchester Mystics just have a quick conversation. There will be, we will grab Jackson in just a second. 20 points, 21 rebounds for Adora Diorama. What a performance from her. And Jackson Gibbons with a headset and with a microphone is with Isha.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here now courtside with Cole, the head coach, Jackson Gibbons. So another one to the collection. That is the 6th WEABL title. How does it feel to take home another one?
It's a bit surreal just because even last year the girls felt like they gave one away, but we played against Manchester away in the semi-final and they were fantastic, deserved win. And we just felt like there were parts of the season where we didn't maintain home court advantage and it put us on the road. And so this year they were very locked in and committed to, you know, securing home court advantage, getting the opportunity to be able to play. And then, you know, we're in Essex, two hours away from home, so it felt like almost a home game. We've got all of our amazing supporters here as well. So yeah, little surreal, but yeah, we did our best, and we think we're proud of the girls.
Yeah, so towards the start of the game, you guys, it looked like you kind of struggled to get in a little bit. Coppleston did kind of have that edge on top of you, but coming out after half-time, you guys kind of just took the game away, and I mean, the momentum just stayed with you guys. So what was the talk at half-time? How were you able to bring that momentum and energy to the team?
Yeah, and sorry, I should have started by saying credit to Copleston as well. They've had a fantastic season. They're the defending champions, so all credit to them. Yeah, we just slight change in tactics and a half-time talk that was very much around, you know, focusing, locking in, and stop it making, you know, unnecessary, unforced errors, which we did in the first half. We have some principles that we play out of, and I think sometimes we were breaking those principles. And time-old sayings, you know, play the game, not the occasion, and things like that. I think the first half, some of our girls were a little bit too high, and in the second half, we settled down and managed to play a little bit better basketball, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, so you also, let's take a look at the actual game. You guys, you rotate quite a bit, and everybody kind of contributes to the game. It's not kind of like everything doesn't run through one player. So, I mean, loads of people contribute to scoring, loads of people active on defense. So, are we able to just keep kind of that throughout the team?
Cola's about culture. It's about like individuals contributing to the whole and being a part of something and finding a place to belong. And sometimes it can become cliche and people talk about it, but we think it's reflected in our style of basketball that, you know, the girls are going to play for each other. We have a say and play for the girl next to you. And I think they did that. And sometimes over the years, the kids have won in spite of coaching, in spite of principles, in spite of the things we did. And I think they did that today. They just, in the second half, really locked in and did the things that we were asking them to do. So I was proud, and I'm especially proud of Adora. I feel like Adora's had, you know, up and down times at Cola. She's had a lot of injuries this season, and, you know, she's come back and she's just been resilient. And I could tell this morning when she walked into the gym that she was fully applied, and she's the most wonderful kid, like really, really deserves the MVP. And I think a few of them did. So yeah, really proud, and thanks for everyone who was involved. Thanks for our to our school, to our SLT, to everybody who kind of makes the, you know, the machine of Cola basketball work. It's not just one or two people, it's a lot of people that are part of it. And so we're looking forward to celebrating with the team tomorrow. We're going to celebrate now, actually, and then we'll celebrate with the school tomorrow morning. So yes, exciting. Yeah,
this night's going to be set on D1 now, 18s as well.
Yeah, we'll see step by step. We'll see how it goes. We have a D1 game on Sunday, so we'll see. We have a pretty formidable opponent. We'll see how it goes. We're just trying to, you know, take one game at a time. Very cliche. We're very cliche at Cola, but yeah, it's just one game at a time.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to keep you for any longer, Jack, so I'm going to let you go and celebrate that win. Really good job on the win. Great performance, and I hope the rest of the season goes well.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thanks to all you guys as well. Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Isha and Jackson, as we sign off from the WEABL final. And coming up at around 5 o'clock, it is the EABL final, pitting the Manchester Magic and Myerscough College. Join me and Isha for that. But until then, goodbye for now.